times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9. So to get your index form, how many nines can you see here? We have 1 2 3 4 5 6. We have 6 9. That is 9 raised to power of 6. So the answer is C. The question is, we should look for x, the value of x, and this our x is attached with 7 and raised to power of 2. What do you do first? You must remove this attachment, this thing that is attached to this x they ask us to look for. Remove it. How do you do it? You divide both sides by 7. You divide it by this very one that is attached to it. You divide it so that this guy can remove. So 7 divided by 7 will give us 1. So we have s squared equals to 28 divided by 7 will give us 4. Right? So what do we do next? We remove this square. To remove our square, we take the square root. So square root cancel this square. We are left with x. And the square root of 4 will give us 2. That is our answer. To express this in standard form, look at the question. It starts with 0. Since it starts with 0, that means the power we have negative sign. Because it starts with 0, it will have negative sign. And this is how it is done. You will count from here to where number is. You will count 1, 2, 3. You stop here. That is where the number starts with. So you will stop this place. That means our answer will be 5 point. You write down the remaining figures at the front. 6 9 times 10 raised to power of what? How many did you count? 1 2 3 before we get to the decimal point. So it is minus 3. That is negative sign because it starts with 0. That is why it has a negative sign. But if it starts with number, it will have a positive sign. Because this one starts with 0, that's why it has a negative sign as the power. Now let's check the option to know which one is the answer. Option A is the answer. 5.69 times 10 raised to the power of minus 3. Now let's go to question 8. Question 8 says, simplify 110011 base 2 minus 10011 base 2. And these are the options. So let's see how to solve this. 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 minus, we start from the right side, 1 and count it down. 1 0 0 1 minus. So let's solve. 1 minus 1 will give us what? 0. 1 minus 1 will give us 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. And we are left with what? 1. Base what? Base 2. Let's check the option to know the correct answer. The answer is option D. So this is our answer. Now let's go to question 9. It says, what is the standard form of the decimal fraction 0.00256? Just as I explained in question 7, that is the same way we are going to do this. Maybe since you understand the question 7, let's just quickly try this very one and check the option, know the one that is correct. Okay, you can pause the video and check your answer before I solve it. So to solve this, what do you do? I told you before, because this is a standard form, it has a format. As it starts from 0, therefore the power will have a negative sign. Let's count. 1 2 3. You stop here. because this is where the number starts. So you write 2.56, that is the number after the decimal point, times 10 raised to power of, because it starts with 0, that means it will have negative sign. 1, 2, 3. So check the options. Which one is correct? The correct answer is option C. Now let's check the question. It says, by selling an article at 600 naira, a trader makes a profit of 20%. Find the cost price. So the question now is, we should look for the cost price. How much did the trader sold the article? He sell it at 600 naira. You put down your 600 naira. That is the amount he sold it, right? So what is his profit? His profit is 20%. Then you multiply it by 20%. You can write over 100. 20% means over 100. So now over 1 here. So how many 100 can I see in 600? I can see 6. Now 6 times 20 will give me what? 120. So that is the profit. Now, having gotten the profit made by selling an article of 600 naira, you subtract, because what they want us to do now is to find the cost price. So you subtract this profit from the selling price. So what do you have here? You write what? 600 naira minus 120. That is the profit you made. You subtract it from the amount you sold the article. So what do you have? 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 2, it can't go. So you borrow 1 from here and put here. So we have 10 here. 10 minus 2, we have 8, right? So what is remaining here after we borrowed 1? It was 5 that remained. So 5 minus 1 will give us what? 4. So our answer is 480. That is our answer. Now let's check question 11. Question 11 says, express 0.03076 to 3 significant figure. This is quite different from standard form. So to express this one, what do? You check. They said we should express it to 3 significant figure. So you start from the figure. This 0 does not matter a significant figure. So you start from the number. That is where you start counting. So now let's write down the figure. We have 0.03076. So you don't start from here when counting. You start from where the number starts. This is significant figure 1, significant figure 2, significant figure 3, and this is significant figure 4. Are you following? So, and what they ask us to look for is 3 significant figure. So right now, to get your 3 significant figure, you count 1, 2, 3. Look at the number at the back of this. It is more than 5. So any number that is more than 5, you round it down, it will become 1. You add the 1 to this very figure, it will give us 8. But if it is less than 5, that means it is 0. 0 plus 7 will give us 7. But since it's more than 5, this is 6 here. So you round it down, it will give us 1. 1 plus 7 will give us 8. So the answer will be 0.0308. So this is our answer. Let's check the options here. So it's option D that is the correct answer. So now let's go to question 12. Question 12. Question 12 says, if R is equals to 4, S is equals to 3, and T is equals to 2, find the value of this. 3R plus S plus 1 over T. So your mission here is to substitute. Anywhere you see R, put your 4. Anywhere you see X, put your 3, and anywhere you see t, put your 2. So now let's substitute. Let's put it inside. So we have 3 open bracket r. Our r is 4. So you put your 4 plus our s is 3. You replace it with your 3 plus 1. This is 1 all over what? T is what? 2. Right? So 3 times 4 will give us what? 12. Plus 3 plus 1 is what? 4 over what? 2. Right? So 12 plus 4 will give us what? Will give us what? 16. 16 divided by 2. So 16 divided by 2 will give us what? 8. So our answer is 8. Is there in option D. Option D is the answer, which is which of the following fractions, these are fractions here, that is equivalent, that is equals to 3 over 5. That is equal to 3 over 5. So how do we solve it? So check. This is 3 over 5. I want us to check through this, all these fractions, to know the one that is the same thing as this. Let's check this very one. This one too cannot work. Let's check this one. Question option D. So option D says 12 over 20. What can I use to divide that can work in both sides? 4 can work in both sides. So how many 4 can I see in 12? I can see 3. How many 4 can I see in 20? I can see 5. Therefore, our answer is equal to this. So look at it. So the answer, this is the option D, is the best option. It says find the simple interest on 600 naira which was saved for 8 months at 5 per annum. So to solve this kind of simple question has a formula, and the formula is what? Which is simple interest. This interest equals to P times R times T over 100. So they ask us to look for the simple interest. The simple interest, you can say SI, simple interest, equals to P times R times T over 100. So to solve this, our P represents principal, our R represents what? Rate, and our T represents time. So our principal here means the amount, which is 600 naira. So we have 600 naira equals to 600 naira times, what's the rate? The rate is this per annum, which is 5. We have times, what is our time? Our time is 8 months. You put your time 8 months over 100. So let's reduce it. How many 100 can you see in 600? We see 6, right? 6 times 5 will give us what? 30. 30 times 8. Let's multiply it. Let's do the working here. 30 times 8. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 3 is 24. So our answer is 240. Question 15 say, find the smallest number by which 12 can be multiplied to give a perfect square. And here are the options. Option 1, option A is 1, option B is 2, option C is 3, and option D is 4. So which one is the correct answer here that will give us a perfect square? Once we multiply any of this small number by 12, and it will give us a perfect square. First and foremost, you must know what is called perfect square. What is perfect square? Perfect square are square that is expressed in a square of an integer. That is perfect square. For example, when we say integer are just like whole number. It could be either positive or negative whole number. So when we say expressed in a square of an integer, for example, we have 1. 1 is equals to 1 square. We have 4 is equals to 2 square. 9 is equals to 3 square. 16 is equals to 4 square. 25 is equals to 5 square. 36 is equals to 6 square. 49 is equals to 7 square, and so on and so forth. So we have expressed this integer in a square pattern. Look at it. This is what we call perfect square. Perfect square. So looking at this, which one do you think is the perfect square, is the best option or best answer to this question? All right, let's check it. Now, let's say we should multiply any small number that will give us a perfect square. For example, we have 12. Let's do first one, which is, let's take number option A. 12 times 1. It will give us 12. That means it's not perfect. It can be expressed as a perfect square. We have, let's take option B. 12 times 2 will give us 24. We don't have it here. We don't have anything 24 here. So it cannot be expressed as a perfect square. Now let's take the third one, option C. 12 times 3, it will give us 36. This is the right answer because 36 can be expressed as a perfect square. In what way? We have 6 square. This is the answer. Hope you understand. Very good. Question 16 says, what number does M, D, C, L, S, X, V, I represent? This is Roman figure. So what number does this represent? First thing is M. Our M is 1000. Our M is 1000. This, our D is 500. D means 500. Let's put down 500. Our C means 100. Let's put down 100. L means 50. Let's put down 50. This X means 1x is 10, and we have 2x here, which is 20. Let's put down 20. And we have this V means 5. I, that is 3. 5 plus 3 will give us 8. Let's put down 8 and add everything up. So 0 plus, so we have 8 here. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2 will give us 7. Let's put it down. 5 plus 1 will give us 6. And here is 1. We put it down. So we have 1678. Let's check the option. Which one do you think is the right answer? The option 1 is, option A is the correct answer. Now let's consider this question. This is question 29. So the diagram is given and some up and the options. So to solve this kind of question, this is a polygon diagram. So this polygon diagram, if you check the side, you will see that it has 5 sides. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 5 side in polygon, it is known as pentagon. And to calculate the sum of this, it has a formula which is n minus 2 close bracket times 180. So that is to calculate the sum, to know the sum of any polygon. You need to, this is the formula to apply in order to know the sum of any polygon. So the sum here now, having known this n, the n-sided, the n, it means the side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 minus 2 times 180. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180 will give us 540. So 3 times 180 will give us 540. That means the sum of this polygon of pentagon is 540. So having understood that, we are going to, the question is to know this x. what are these s meant for? So how do we get the answer? So to get the answer, we are going to bring out all this. S plus 2s, we add it together, plus 120 plus 3s plus 150 equals to what? What's the sum? The sum is 540. So now let's collect like terms. We have s plus 2s is 3s plus 3s will give us 6s. So we have 6s. 180 plus 120, 120 plus 150 is what? That is 270 equals to 540. So what do we do next? We are going to take this one to this side, this number, to meet its colleagues here. Or we can subtract 270 from both sides. So we are going to have something like this. So 540 minus 270. Because once positive sign crosses equality sign, it becomes negative. So 6s will give us 540 minus 270. It will give us 270. Right? So now 6x equals to 270, right? So we are going to divide through by 6 in order to get our x. So 6 cancels 6, we have s. 270 divided by 6. So 6, how many 6 can we see in 27? We are going to see 4 times. Remainder 3. How many 6 can you see in 30? We are going to see 5. So our s here is 45. So our s is 45. That is our x. And our 2s will be what? Will be 90. Right? Yes. Because 2 times 45 will give us 90. So our 3x will be what? That is 3 times 45 will give us 135. So this is the x. So now let's check the option. The third option, option C, is the correct answer. 45, 90, and 135. This is the correct answer. Now let's go to question 30. Question 30 says the sum of an angle of an n-sided polygon is dash. The sum of an angle of an n-sided polygon is what? What is it? Look at the option. I told you before that to get the sum of n-sided, just the way I told you here, look at this place. To get the sum of n-sided polygon, which formula are you going to apply? This is the formula. The formula is n minus 2 times 180. So now let's check this place to know the formula. So the formula to apply in order to get the sum of n-sided polygon, the formula is B. That is n minus 2 times 180 degree. That is question 30. Now let's go to question 31. Let's consider this question 20. Factorize 3as plus 6a minus s minus 2. And here are the options given. Solution. We have the question to be 3as plus 6a minus x minus 2. Now the first thing you must do here is to group it. You group them like this. When you are done grouping them, you factor out the common ones here. Factor out the common terms and factor out the common terms in that group. So the first one is 6 and 3. They are common. You bring out the smallest number, which is 3. Bring it out. Check the letters here too. The unknown. Look at the first one and second one. We have A here. We have A also here. So we bring out A. Check this one. This one has S, but there's no S here. So you leave it like that. You open the bracket. Now, let's do what? 3as divided by 3a. What do you have? We are left with x. Because this 3a, we cancel this 3a. So we are left with x. Plus 6a divided by 3a. we will have what? 2, right? Because A cancel A, 6. How many 3 can you see in 6? You will see 2. So right now, look at this. What are we factoring out? We are going to factor out what minus, because that is what is common here. So we have minus here. It could be minus just means 1. So now let's divide. Minus divided by minus, we are left with what? X, right? Is that not? We are left with x. Minus divided by minus is plus 2. Is that not? That is it. So right now, look at this that are inside the bracket. They are common. We are going to pick only one. Pick only one. Then put this one in bracket. And put your 1 here. Put them in bracket. We have 3a minus 1. And bring out only one. Just pick one. S plus 2. So check the option. Which one is the same as this answer we got? The first one, no. The second one, option B is the correct answer. Now let's go to question 21. Now let's check this question 21. 21 says, given that x is equals to 8, what type of angle is 9s plus 8 in bracket degree? What type of angle is 9s plus 8? Don't forget, we are given s. They have given us s to be 8. And these are the options. We have right angle as option A. B, we have acute angle. C, we have obtuse angle. And D is reflex angle. So first of all, you need to know the angles, the numbers of these particular angles. The first one, which is right angle, it is exactly 90 degree. The second one is less than, this is acute angle. Acute angle is less than 90 degree. The third one, which is obtuse angle, it is greater than 90 degree but less than 180. That is obtuse. Is greater than 90 but less than 180. Now the fourth one, which is option D, reflex angle. Reflex angle is greater than 180 but less than 360. That is reflex angle. Greater than 180 but less than 360. So now let's do our working to know the type of angle this particular question belong. So this thing is solution. They gave us 9x plus 8. So we are substituting. Anywhere we see s, we are putting 8. So we have 9 times 8 plus 8. 9 times 8 will give us what? That is 72. 72 plus 8 will give us what? 80 degree. So we have 80 here. Which angle fall under 80? The first one is exactly 90, but the second one is less than 90. That means our answer is acute angle. Now let's check the question 22. Question 22 says, if P varies directly as Q and P is 8 when Q is 4, find the formula connecting P and Q. So to get the formula that is connecting P and Q, don't forget they say P varies directly as Q. So these are the option solution. We have P varies directly as what? As Q. This is the constant. K is the constant. So to get this, to get the formula that is connecting P and Q, what do you do? Now let's substitute. Our P is given. P is given as what? 8. Is equals to K. Q is given as what? 4. So to get this constant, which is K, to get it, we are dividing all through by 4. So 4, we cancel 4. We are left with what? K. 8 divided by 4 will give us what? 2. Now we have gotten the constant. We are going to return back to this particular equation and put down this. So we have P is equals to what? Our constant that we got is what? 2Q. This is the formula that is connecting P and Q. Now let's check the option we have. The first one is P is equals to 8Q. Second option is P is equals to 6Q. Third option is P is equals to 4Q. And fourth option, the answer is this. That is just it, because that is just the question. If we should input this value inside here now, we still get it, because what is in the right hand side must be equals to what is in the left hand side. You can try it. Let's just try it here. We have P to be what? P is what? 8. And 2. Q is what? Q is 4. So we have 8. 2 times 4 will give us what? 8. That is what we call P varies directly as Q. So they are equal. So now let's go to question 23. Check question 23. Given that S equals to half, open bracket, U plus V, close bracket, T, make U the subject of the formula. We are asked to make U the subject of the formula. Here are the options given. So let's do that. We have S equals to half, open bracket, U plus V, close bracket, T. Now to make U the subject of the formula, first of all, we are going to open this bracket. So we have S equals to, you can use the first half to open the bracket, or you can use T to open the bracket. Anyone, you will still get the answer. So now let's make use of T first before half. So we have U, T times U is what? UT plus T times V is what? VT. Close bracket, right? So we have S equals to 1 times this will give us UT. We are now opening the bracket with this half now. Plus 1 times VT will give us VT divided by 2. You put down your 2, right? So for us to get the U now, we do what? We cross multiply. We are going to cross multiply. So we have, don't forget, we can put 1 here. So this one is coming like this. This side is going like this. So we have 2x, because 2 times x, that is 2x, equals to, this one is 1 times ut, will give us ut, plus 1 times vt will give us vt, right? So to make U, look at U now. We want to make U the subject of formula. We will take this to this side. Take this one to this side. So this one will be left alone. We have 2x. Once this sign crosses to this, cross this equality sign, become minus. We have minus vt equals to ut. Right? So what do you do now for this U to stay alone? You divide all through by T. You are dividing all through by T. So this T will cancel this T. So now, therefore, U is equals to 2x minus Vt divided by T. Option B is the correct. On question 24, a bag contains 5 red and 7 black balls of the same size. What is the probability of picking a black ball? Now, if you check the question, it's very, very simple. So, they said a bag contains 5 red balls and also 7 black balls. So, what do? Add everything up. Those items they listed inside the bag, which is 5 red balls. We have 5 red balls. 5 red, and how many? We have 7 black ball. So add it up. What do you have? You have 12 balls. That is all together, right? So what do you do now? Since you have gotten the 12 blackboard. So they pick how many? What did they pick? Which color did they pick from the bag? They picked the black out of the bag. So probability of picking black out of the bag would be 7. Just 7. That is what they pick. They pick black out of the bag. That means the probability of picking black out of the bag will be 7 all over total ball, which is 12. That is the correct answer. So let's check the option. The answer is option C. That is the correct answer. Now let's look at question 25. Calculate the number of years it will take to pay a loan of 10,000 naira at 5% if the simple interest is 1,200 naira. Now here is the option. So to calculate this, we have a format. We have a formula for to calculate a simple interest, which is I equals to P times R times T over 100. So, but to calculate it, the question they ask us to calculate is numbers of years. They say we should calculate the number of years, and T means time. So this is what they ask us to calculate, T. So R means rate, P means principal, while this I means the interest. So to calculate T, we are going to make T the subject of the formula so that it can be simple. So we cross multiply this over 1. So PRT times 1 will give us PRT. 100 times I will give us 100I. So since we have gotten to this, we are going to make T the subject here. We are dividing all through by PR. So PR will cancel PR. So we are left with T. So our T will be 100I over PR. Are we following? So having gotten this, we are going to substitute all the figure in this formula. So our T, which they asked us to look for the number of years, is equals to 100. 100 times what? Our interest that was given is what? We are giving the simple interest is what? 1,200 times 1,200 divided by what is the P? The principal that was given is 10,000. So to pay a loan of 10,000 naira is 10,000 naira times R. The rate is what? Is 5%. We have 5. So now let's work it out. 100 times 1,200, it will give us what? 100 times 1,200 will give us that is 120,000 divided by 10,000 times 5. 10,000 times 5 will give us 50,000. 50,000. So now let's divide 1,200. 120,000 divided by 50,000. It will give us 2.4. 2.4. So now let's check our answer. So we don't have 2.4 here, but that means they want us to convert this point to a fraction. So to convert this 0.4 to fraction, just count from the decimal point, you count it up, that is 10. So we are dividing this 0.4, that is 4 divided by 10, right? So now let's bring out the 2 and convert 2 over 4. So how many? Let's convert 4 over 10 so that we can include it here. What can we use to divide here that can work here? 2 can work here and 2 can work here, right? How many 2 can we see in 4? Is 2. How many 2 can we see in 5? Is what? How many 2 can we see in 10? Is 5. So we have 2 over 5. So now let's add it to this place. So our answer is 2 whole number 2 over 5. Now let's check here. The first one is 2 whole number 1 over 5 years. The second one is 2 whole number 2 over 5 years. So the answer is 2 whole number 2 over 5 years. Question 26. Find the area of a triangle whose base is 11 centimeter and height is 6 centimeter. They said the base is 11 centimeter and the height is 6 centimeter. So to calculate area of a triangle, it has a formula, and the formula is half open bracket base times height. That is the formula for calculating an area of a triangle. So already they gave us base and then they give us height. So what do we do here? Our base that was given is what? They say base is 11. So put down your 11 times the height is what? 6. So half 11 times 6 is what? 11 times 6 will give us 66. So half of 66 is will give you what? Or you can write it this format, that is 1 times 66 will give us 66 over what? Over 2. So how many 6 can you see? How many 2 can you see in 6? You will see 3. How many 2 can you see in 6? You see 3. We just divided it. So 33 centimeter square. That is the final answer. Now let's check here. The answer is in option C. So now let's go to question 27. When 7 is added to twice a certain number, the sum is 15. Find the number. So what do we do here? They say when we add 7 to twice a particular number, the sum will be 15. So the number, we don't know it, but they say it's twice. So that means the number, let's put it as a x. We don't know the number, which is x. So, but they say it's twice a certain number, which is 2s plus 7. Because they say when 7 is added plus 7, the sum will be what? It will be equal to what? 15. So what do we do here? We say 2s. We are taking this 7 to this side. And once we take it across this equality sign, the sign here will change to negative. Or you can do it this way by doing what? Subtracting minus 7 in both sides. It's still the same thing. So we have 15 minus 7. Are you following? So 15 minus 7 will give us what? To give us 8. So we have 2s equals to 15 minus 7 to give us 8, right? So what do we do for this, for we to get our s? So we are dividing through by 2. So 2 cancel 2, we are left with x. 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. So that number that will be added to 7, that 2 number that will be added to 7 that will give us 15 is 4. You can check it. Once we put this 4 here, if you add it to it, at the end, both of them will be equilibrium. So our answer is 4. So now let's check question 28. Subtract 18 from the product of 4. Subtract 18 from the product of 4 and 10. Then divide the result by 2. So we are asked to subtract 18 from the product of 4 and 10. The product of 4 and 10 is what? That is when they say product means times or multiplication. So 4 times 10 will give us what? 40, right? So, and they ask us to subtract what? 18 from it. Minus what? 18, right? So after that, they say then divide the result by 2. So we want to get the result of this first. That's what they ask us to do. They say we should get the result before we divide it. Are you getting it? So 40 minus 18 will give us what? It will give us 22. So we are now dividing the result by 2. Divided by 2. 2 in 22 will give us what? 11. That is 2 in 2 is 1. 2 in 2 is 1. So our answer is 11. Let's check. Option A is the right answer. Now let's go to question 20. All right, we are still on BECE 2025. That is last year past question on junior WAEC. So we are in number 31. So the question is, find the size of the lettered angles below. Look at the angles. Look at the diagram. You see, they give us in this angle we have 60 degree. Here in this angle we have 60 degree plus x degree, and the other one we have s degree. So we are asked to get those unknown. And how do we solve it? Don't forget that the sum of angle on a straight line is 180 degree. So let's solve it. We are going to bring all this, add it together and equate it to 180. So we have 60 degree plus 60 degree plus x. We put it in brackets because they are together, plus s degree equals to, don't forget, the sum of a straight line angle is equals to 180 degree. So now let's bring out this in bracket from the bracket. We have 60 degree plus we are using plus, that is 1 plus to open the bracket. So we have 60 degree plus, because plus times plus will still give us plus, so plus x degree equals to 180 degree. So now let's collect the terms. We have 60 degree plus 60 degree will give us what? 120 degree. S degree plus s degree will give us 2s degree, right? So equals to 180 degree. Now let's take this number to his colleagues here. We are taking this number to this side, and once it crosses this equality sign, it will turn to negative. Since it has positive here, once it crosses, or you can do it in this way by subtracting minus 120 from both sides. So we will have 2x equals to 180 minus 120. So we are left with 2s equals to 180 minus 120. We are going to have what? 60 degree, right? So we are dividing all through by what? 2, so that we can have our unknown, which is x. So we have 2, that is dividing all through by 2. So 2 cancel 2, we are left with x, right? So at the end, 60 degree divided by 2, we are going to have 30 degree, which is our answer. So once we add 30 to this, it will give us 90. And once we add plus 30, to give us 120 plus 60. So altogether will give us 180, which this answer is the correct answer. Let's check the option. So option C is the right answer. Now let's go to question 32. Question 32 says solve the equation. Look at the equation. We are given x minus 3 all over 5 equals to 3 minus s all over 2. To solve this equation, we are going to cross multiply. Very simple. Let's cross multiply. We cross multiply. So this one is going to multiply this, while this one is going to multiply this. Are you following? So we will have something of this nature. So this 2 is going to this side, while 5 is going to this side. So we have 2, open bracket, because these two, they are together. We have x minus 3, close bracket, equals to, this 5 is multiplying this. So bring out the 5. So put this 3 minus s in bracket. So now let's open the bracket. 2 times s, what do we have? We have 2x. 2 times minus 3, we have what? Minus 6, equals to 5 times 3 will give us what? 15. 5 times minus s, we are going to have minus 5x. So now let's collect the terms, that is the one that look like number. So we are taking this to this side, while we are taking this one that has a coefficient of x. We are taking them, let them be together. So we have something of this nature. So this minus 5x is coming to this side. So we have 2x. Once this negative become plus 5x. x. So we have equals to 15. This minus 6 is coming to this side and it will turn to plus 6. So we have 2s plus 5s will give us what? It will give us 7x. So 15 plus 6 will give us what? It will give us 21. Now for this s to be alone, we are going to divide it by 7. So 7 cancels 7, right? We are left with x. So 21 divided by 7, what do you have? We have 3. So 3 is our answer. Let's check the option. Option A is the right answer. Now let's go to question 33. Question 33 says, expand open bracket x plus 7 close bracket raised to power of 2. So to do this, they say we should expand it. So this s plus 2 means 2 times. That is raised to power 2. Just like if you have 2 raised to power of 2, it means 2 times 2. Or s raised to power of 2, it means s times s. That is s in 2 places. That means what is here in what is in the bracket in 2 places. Now let's work on it. Solution. So we have s plus 7 close bracket raised to power 2 is equals to x plus 7 close bracket open another bracket x plus 7 close bracket. This one is the same thing as this, and what they ask us to do is to simplify it, to expand it. So how do we do it? We multiply this to this. So we have s times s will give us what? S squared. S times plus 7 will give us what? Plus 7x. Now we are done with this. So let's come to this. 7 times s will give us what? Plus 7x. 7 times 7 will give us what? 49. Hope you are following. Now let's check it. We have 7s here plus 7s. So we have s squared plus 7s plus 7s will give us 14x plus 49. We are done expanding. Now let's check the question to know the option, to know the right hand, whether the option is here. The first one is s squared plus 15s plus 49. No, s squared plus 14s plus 49. The right answer is option B. That is the correct answer. Now let's check question 34. A car traveled 80 kilometers in 48 minutes. Find the speed of the car in kilometer per hour. So they ask us to calculate the speed of this car, and to calculate the speed of a car is the formula is, that is the speed of a car or speed of a car, the formula is distance over time. That is the formula used in calculating a speed. So, and the speed, the distance given is 80 kilometers, while the time is 48 minutes. But for us to use the time, we are going to convert this 48 minutes to an hour. And how do we convert 48 minute to an hour? We are going to, since we knew 60 minutes make 1 hour, so that is what we are going to do. That is, we are going to say 48 minutes divided by 60 minutes in order to get our hour. And 48 minutes divided by 60 minutes, we are going to have 0.8. You can press your calculator. That is what you are going to have. So right now, let's input this inside the formula. So we have speed is equals to distance, which is 80 kilometers, divided by 0.8. 80 divided by 0.8, we are going to have speed will be equals to 100 kilometers per hour. So you can press your calculator. That is what you are going to have. So now let's check our option. A is the correct answer. So now let's go to question 35. Let's find the coefficient of x in the expansion of this. When we expand this, we should find the coefficient of s. So we want to open the bracket to know the coefficient of s. Look at the option. So we have this question, s plus 5, close bracket, open bracket, s plus 3. So now let's open the bracket. We are going to have s times s will give us s squared. S times 3 will give us 3s. 5 times s will give us 5s. And 5 times 3 will give us 15. So now we have s squared plus 3s plus 5s will give us 8x plus 15. So which one do you think is the coefficient of s here? The coefficient of s is plus 8, which is this. Plus 8 is the answer. This is coefficient of s squared. Coefficient of s squared is 1. What they ask us to look for is coefficient of s. So we have the coefficient of s is 8. Are we seeing it? So our answer is A. Now let's check question 36. Question 36 says, if s is direct proportion as y over z equals to 27, when y is equals to 9, z is equals to 2, find the relation between x, y, and z. So they want us to look for the relation between x, y, and z. So how do we do it? Now the question, let's write it out. We have s is direct proportion to y over z. And we are given what? They gave us x, y, z. Our s is what? Is 27. Our y is what? Is 9. And our z is what? Z is 2. So before we proceed, we are going to get the relation between these. That means we are going to write it in this format, which is the proper format. S is equals to constant, which is the k, y over z. So now let's input this value, which will be what? Our s is 27. 27 equals to k, which is constant. Y is what? Y is 9 over what? Over 2. So what do we do for this k to remain? We are going to do what? Cross multiply. So we are crossing multiply. This is coming like this. This is coming like this. So are we seeing it? So this is coming like this, while this is coming like this. So this one can have 1 over 1. Are we seeing it? So 27 times 2 will give us what? It will give us 54. Why? 9k or k9 times 1 will give us k9. So what do? We divide all through by 9 in order to get our constant. So 9 cancel 9, so we are left with k. 54 divided by 9, what do you have? How many 9 can you see in 54? We are going to see 6. 6. Therefore, our k is equals to 6. Now we can input it in the formula. Therefore, we have s is equals to 6y over z. Now let's check the option if we got the answer. So option A is the right answer. 37. Calculate the third angle of a triangle in which two of the angles are 47 degrees and 65 degrees respectively. So two angles is given. Don't forget, they ask us to calculate the next angle, the third angle of a triangle. For example, this is the shape of a triangle. This is an angle, this is an angle, and this is an angle. So they gave us two sides of the angle. it remains the third side. And to calculate an angle, a triangle, you must know the sum of a triangle. And to know the sum of a triangle, I told you in my previous lesson that to calculate any side of a polygon, you need this formula: n minus 2 close bracket times 180. That is the formula you use in calculating any polygon. So right now we have this. Let's assume you don't know the sum of a triangle. Use this formula. So how many sides do we have here? We have 3 sides. So you say 3 minus 2. So times 180. So 3 minus 2 will give us what? 1. 1 times 180 will give us 180. That is the sum of a triangle. So since we have known this, now let's go to the question. So the question says we should calculate the third angle of a triangle. Now they gave us the two sides, which is 47 and the 65. Now let's bring it out. The two sides is 47. Add this plus 65. So the third side was not given. You say plus s equals to the sum of the triangle, which is 180 degree, right? Which is 180 degree. So what do you do now? Add it together. 47 plus 65. You will have what? That is 112 equals plus x equals to 180 degree. So we are taking this 112 to other side. So we are left with s equals to 180 minus, because it has a positive sign, once you cross this side, it becomes negative. So we have minus 112. So s 180 minus 112. What do you have? We are going to have 180 minus 112. We have 68 degree. So our answer, the third angle is 68 degree. Now let's check the option. Option D is the correct answer. All right, let's check this question. Question 41. Calculate the value of s in the figure below. Look at this parallel line, two parallel line that is cut by a transversal. This is a transversal line, while this is two parallel line. I told you that any straight line is sum up to be 180, and this is half of it, and this one is half of it. But I think in my next video, I'm going to explain this to you so you can understand. So this, once it comes to this side, this is 180. This one will be 180, but this is half, and this is half of a line. So we are going to do it this way. That is 3s. You bring out the 3s plus 6x is equals to, because the sum of a straight line is equals to 180 degree. So 3s plus 6s will give us 9s equals to 180 degree. So what do we do now? We divide all through by 9 in order to get the s. So 9 cancel 9, we are left with s. So 180 divided by 9, that is 9. How many 9 can we see in 18? We are going to see 2. Remember what? Remember 0. That means our answer will be 20 degree. Let's check the option. Option A is the right answer. Now let's go to question 42. Question 42 says, a ladder 5 meters high leans against a vertical wall to a height of 4 meters. How far away from the wall is the foot of the ladder? Now this is how the question look like. The building, they said there is a building. Let's assume this is the building. So, and in this building, there is a ladder that leans against this building. A ladder leans against this building. So, if you can see this thing, as we have provided what we call as a right angle. So, in this ladder that leans against it, How many was it? It has 5 meter high. This is 5 meter. And a vertical wall, the height here is 4 meter. So what are we looking for? We are looking at the foot of the ladder, that is the adjacent. So this one will lead us to Pythagoras theorem, which is c square equals to a square plus b square. So right now we are given the hypotenuse side. This is the hypotenuse side, which is 5 square, and the opposite side is 4 square, plus b square is not given, which is the foot or the base of the ladder. So 5 square is what? 5 square will give us 25. 4 square will give us what? 16. Plus b square is what? B square. So we have to look for the base. So now we are taking this to this side. So we have 25 minus, because once it crosses the equality sign, it becomes negative sign. So we have 25 minus 16 equals to b square. 25 minus 16 will give us what? It will give us 9. 9 equals to b square. Now, what do? Let's take this b square to this side. So b square is equals to 9. So for we to take this square out of this b, for this b to stay alone, we are going to take the square root of both sides. So this square root cancel this square. We are left with b is equals to square root of 9 will give us 3. So our answer is 3 meter. Now let's check the option. Option D is the right answer. Let's go to question 43. Check this question 43. There are 240 students in a school. 75% are girls. How many boys are there in the school? So right now they've given us the number of students, but they gave us the numbers of girls in percentage. So right now we are going to get the numbers of girls in order to know the numbers of the boys, because that is what they want us to look for. So to know the numbers of boys, what do? We are going to multiply the total number of students by the percentage in order to know the numbers of girls. Once we know the numbers of girls, then we subtract it from the total number of students. From there, we can know the remaining numbers are the figures for the boys. Do you understand? Question 43. There are 240 students in a school. 75% are girls. How many boys are there in the school? So what they want us to look for is the numbers of boys in the school. And for we to know the numbers of boys, we need to know the numbers of girls. Yes, because the numbers, they gave us the girls' number to be in percentage. So we need to know it. How do we know it? We are going to multiply these numbers in the school, the total number in the school, by the numbers of girls, by the percentage, for us to get the numbers of girls. Once we know the numbers of girls, we subtract it from the total number of students, then the remaining figures will be for the boys. So now let's do it. We have the total number of students is 240, right? 240, multiply it by the percentage, by the numbers of girls, which is 75%. 75%, right? So we can do it this way. 100, how many 100 can we see in 100? We're going to see 2, right? Remainder 40. 40 divided by 100 will give us 0.4. So you can put your 2, that is what we got here is 2.4. So if you want to understand how to convert a fraction to decimal, just check my previous video, you are going to understand it very well. So because of time, 2.4 times 75 now, 2.4 times 75 will give us 180. So right now, we have gotten the numbers of guests. So the numbers of guests is 180. It's equals to 180. So we are going to subtract it from the total number of students in order to get the numbers of boys. So the total number of students is 240. 240 minus 180 is going to give us, that is 60. So right now we have 60 boys. The answer here is option A. Now let's check question 44. Given the expression open bracket A, B, close bracket minus C over D, if A is 3, B is 4, C is equals to minus 2, and D is equals to 7. Evaluate the given expression. So we are all this value, we want to substitute it inside this expression that is given. So now let's do it fast. The expression is AB minus C over D. AB means A times B. So our A that was given is what? Is 3 times B is 4, close bracket, and C is what? C is minus 2. So you put your minus 2 in the bracket. Divide all through by D. D is what? D is 7. 3 times 4 is what? Let's open the bracket. 3 times 4 is 12, right? Minus, to open this bracket, we use minus to open the bracket. Minus times minus will give us plus. So we have plus 2 divided by what? Divided by 7. So 12 plus 2, what do we have? We have 14. 14 divided by 7. At the end, 14 divided by 7 will give us what? 2. That is the answer. Let's check the option. Option D is the correct answer. Check question 47. A radio set costs 540 naira. If 12.5% discount is given for cash payment, what is the cost? Here are the options given. So what they want us to do here is to get the cost of buying a radio set. The price is 540, but they give us a discount of 12.5%. So, but to get it, we are going to multiply this one by the discount so that we can know the discount in naira and subtract it from this so we can know the cost. Now let's do it. 540 solution, 540 naira times multiplied by this 12.5%. But I will not leave this 1/2 like this. I will convert this 1/2 to decimal. So how do we convert it? We said 1/2, draw this shape. If you check my previous video, you are going to learn more about conversion of fraction to decimal. So this denominator, you bring it out. The numerator, you take it in. How many 2 can we see in 1? It's impossible. You put 0 and put 0 here, put this point. How many 2 can we see in 10 now? We can see 5. Does it remain? No. So we have 0.5. So instead of putting 1/2, it will be easy right now. 0 plus 12 will give us what? 12.5. So how many 100 can we see in 540? We are going to see 5. Remember 40. 40 divided by 100 will give us 0.4. So right now, 5.4 times 12.5. When you multiply it, you are going to have it here 67.5. This is the main amount, which is 540. So we subtract this 67.5. So 0 minus 5 is impossible. So we are borrowing 1 from here, and this one is 0. So let's borrow 1 from here. 1 here, this one will become 10. Let's pick one from here to this place. This one will be 10. 10 minus 5 will give us 5. We borrowed one from here, right? This one remain 9. 9 minus 7 will give us 2. So this is where we borrow the 1. So this one remain 3, right? 3 minus 6 is impossible. We borrow 1 from this 5. We put it here. This one will be 13. 13 minus 6 will give us 7. So remember what? What remain here is 4. So 4 minus 0 will give us 4. So here our answer is 472 naira and 50 kobo. You can put 0 here. So check the option if the answer is there. So option C is the right. A car factory produces 700 cars in 5 work days. How many cars will it produce in 12 work days? So what they want us to achieve here is to know the numbers of cars that will be produced in 12 work days. Since we already know the numbers of cars that was produced in 5 work days, but before we achieve that, we are going to know the number of cars that will be produced in one day. One day, let's try to know. What do? We are going to divide the 700 cars by 5 days. So 700 solution, 700 divided by 5 days. How many 5 can we see in 7? We are going to see 1. Remember what? Remember 2, right? So how many 5 can we see in 20? We are going to see 4. So this is 0, you drop your 0. That is, we have 140 cars that will be produced in one day. Hope you get it now. So we are going to multiply that 140 car by 12. So 140 times 12. 140 times 12 is going to give us 1,680. That is our answer. Now let's check the option. Option D is the correct answer. You can multiply it. That is our answer. Our answer is 1,680. Check question 49. Calculate the perimeter of a football field which measures 80 meter by 50 meter. And these are the options. So what they ask us to do here is to calculate the perimeter of a football field, and a football field looks like a rectangle. So this is the shape of a football field. So they measure it 80 by 50. That is, the length is 80 meter while the breadth is 50 meter. And to calculate a perimeter of a football field is to calculate a perimeter we have, or to calculate a rectangle, P, which is stands as perimeter, is equals to 2 open bracket length plus breadth. But if it is area, they ask us to calculate. It is area is equals to length times breadth. So right now it is perimeter. So to calculate that, we have P 2. What is our length? Our length is 80, right? Plus breadth, which is 50, plus 50. So we have P is equals to, open bracket, 80 plus 50 will give us what? It will give us 130, right? 130. So P is equals to 2 times 130 will give us 260 meter. This is the final answer. Let's check the option. So option B is the correct answer. Now question 50. Find the circumference of a circle with diameter 21 centimeter. They ask us to take pi to be 22/7. So that is what they gave us. So they didn't divide it, they didn't give us in form of decimal. So they want us to use it as it is given, so we can get the actual answer. So watch, the formula we are going to use for this is pi d. Pi d, that is circumference of a circle, is equals to pi d. Why? we are not giving radius, they only gave us the diameter. And then we are giving radius, we use different formula. So the one they gave us, that is the formula we are going to use, which is circumference of a circle is equals to pi d. So, and they've given us the pi. So C, pi is equals to 22/7, and the diameter is times 21, right? How many 7 can we see in 21? We are going to see 3, right? So 22 times 3 will give us 22 times 3 will give us 66. That is 22 in 3 places. 22 plus 22 plus 22. So we have 6 and we have 6. So our answer is 66 centimeter. That is our answer. Let's check the option. Option C is the correct answer. Question 53. Solve the equation s minus 8 over 6 equals to 4/3. And these are the options. So let's go. Solution. S minus 8 over 6 equals to 4/3. So how do we solve this equation? We just, very simple, you just need to cross multiply. So this 6 we multiply with this, while this 3 we multiply with this. So we have 3 is going to this side. So 3 open bracket, x minus 8 close bracket equals to 4 times 6. So let's bring out this figure from the bracket. 3 times s will give us what? 3s. 3 times minus 8 will give us minus 24 equals to 4 times 6 will give us 24. So now let's take this to this side. Let it meet there with this side. So once it crosses this side, because it has negative sign, so it will turn to positive sign. We have 3x equals to 24. So it will cross to this side, it become plus. So plus 24. So 3s equals to 24 plus 24 will give us 48. What are we going to do for this s to be alone? We divide all through by 3. So 3 cancel 3. At the end, s is equals to 48 divided by 3 will give us what? So 3 in 4 will give us 1. Remember what? Remember 1. 3 in 18 will give us 6. So our answer is equals to 16. Let's check the options. Option B is the correct answer. Now let's go to question 54. Question 54 says, given that 3/4 is equals to 75/x, what is the value of x? That is what they want us to get, the value of x. So solution, 3/4 is equals to 75/x. This ratio simply means fraction. So we can write it, instead of writing it this way, we want to write it as a fraction. 3/4 is still the same thing as this, 75/x. What do we do? Just the way we solve this one, same way we are going to solve this. So we cross multiply. This s multiply with 3, while 4 multiply with 75. So we have 3 times s will give us 3x. 4 times 75 will give us what? 300. So divide all through by what? By 3, by the coefficient of x. So 3 cancel 3, we are left with x. 3 in 3 will give us 1. We drop this 0, 0. So our answer is 100. Let's check the option. Option D is the correct answer. Now let's go to question 55. When the angle of elevation of the sun is 45 degrees, a linear shadow on level ground is 1.95 meter. Calculate the height. So they want us to calculate the height of the learner, of that student. So right now, Let us assume this is the learner height is this. We don't know the learner. By just portraying it, bringing it out. This is the learner. So, and its shadow is 1.95 meter. Whether it's this side or it's this side. But the sun that was shining showed us where it is, which is 45 degrees. So, this line now, this is 90 degree. This is angle 90 degree. So, and from this side, if the sun is showing this side, the shadow is coming this side, that means it will be between 90 to 180. And if the sun is, the shadow is showing this side, that means it will be between 90 to 0 degree. But here we have 45 degree. That means this is where the shadow look is showing. So, which means the theta will be at this point. This is where the theta will be at this point. Let's put this line. So, the theta 45 degree. There is the theta. Why they said the floor, the level ground is 1.95 meter. And this is where they want us to calculate. They want us to calculate the height of that learner. So, to calculate it, seeing the fact that this is opposite over adjacent, right? This is opposite over adjacent. And that will lead us to trigonometry, which is the rule, which is SOHCAHTOA. And this is the one we are picking, the TOA, which is opposite over adjacent. That means tan, the tan is equals to opposite over adjacent, right? And this opposite is the height. I can decide to clean this O and put H, which is the height they want us to calculate. And tan theta, what is the tan theta? Tan theta is 45 degree. Tan theta is 45 degree, right? Equals to height over what? Adjacent is 1.95 meter, right? So what do we do here? Tan 45 is what? Tan 45 is 1. Tan 45 is 1. That means we have 1 is equals to H, the height over 1.95 meter. What do we do in order to get the height? We cross multiply. Our height, the height of the learner is equals to 1 times 1.95 meter will give us the same to 1.95 meter. That means it means the learner's height and his shadow is the same thing. So let's check the option. The option A, 1.95 meter, is the correct answer. Now let's check question 56. Find the coefficient of PQ in the expansion of these ones in brackets. And these are the options. So, solution. We have open brackets. What they say we should expand, we should open the bracket. So 5p plus 2q, close bracket, 3p minus 4q. So now let's open the bracket. We start with this. We use 5p and 2q to open this bracket. So 5p times 3p. Let's do it gradual. 5 times 3 will give us 15. P times p will give us p squared. Right? So 5, first of all, plus times minus, we are done with this. Plus times minus will give us minus. 5 times 4 will give us 20. P times q will give us pq. So come to this. Plus times plus will give us plus. 2 times 3, 6. Q times p, pq. So this plus times minus, minus. 2 times 4, 8. Q times q will give us q squared. So Now we have opened up the bracket. Now let's collect terms here. We have 15pq. These ones, they are the same. They have the same variable or unknown. We have pq here, we have pq here. But this one is minus 20pq plus 6pq. How do you do it? That is, you are holding 20pq and you have 6pq. So when you give the 6pq, what will remain? It will remain minus 16pq and minus 14pq. Minus 14pq. Then write down this minus 8q square. So what they want us to look for, they want us to look for the coefficient of pq. And the coefficient of pq is, this is pq. The coefficient of pq is minus 14. The coefficient of p square is 15. The coefficient of q square is minus 8. So that means the answer is minus 14. So now let's check. Option D is the correct answer. Now let's go to question 57. Now let's check question 57. In this equation, 2p plus q is equals to minus 3 and 2p plus 7q equals to 3. Find the value of p and q. So what they want us to do here is to get the unknown, and the unknowns are only two, which is p and q. So let's do it fast. Solution. The first equation is 2p plus q is equals to minus 3. And the second equation is 2p plus 7q is equals to 3. This is first equation, and this is second equation. So what are we going to do? If you check the equation, you see that this is simultaneous equation. And in simultaneous equation, we have several methods in solving a simultaneous equation. We can use elimination method, we can use substitution method, we can use graphical method. So this one, what we are going to use is elimination method. So if you check the equation, you notice that the first and second equation, the first numbers, they are the same. So what are we going to do? We are going to subtract equation 2 from equation 1 in order to get the first unknown before we substitute to get the second unknown. So what do we do? This second equation, we are subtracting it by doing what? By multiplying minus 1 to all this value here. We are multiplying minus 1. So we are doing what? We are multiplying minus 1 to all this value. So everything will turn to negative. Minus 1 times 2p will give us minus 2p. Minus times plus will give us minus. Minus times 7q give us minus 7q, and equals to minus times plus 3 will give us minus 3. This is the equation we just got now. So we can write this one out. We have the first equation so that it will not be confusing. Plus q equals to minus 3. So what do we do here now? Minus 2 plus 2p will give us 0, right? Minus 7q plus q will give us minus 6q equals to minus 3 minus 3 will give us minus 6, right? So what do we do in order for the q to stay alone? Let's remove this, because 0 minus this will still give us minus 6q equals to minus 6. So we are dividing all through by minus 6 so that q will get the unknown, right? So divided by minus 6, divide all through by minus 6. So minus 6 cancel minus 6. We are left with what? Q. We are left with q equals to minus 6 divided by minus 6. We are left with 1. So our q is equals to 1. So now let's get the p, which is the second unknown. So we can use any of these equations. Either we use equation 1 or equation 2 to get it. Let's use equation 2. 2p plus q equals to minus 3. So don't forget, anywhere you see your q, you represent it, you substitute it with using 1. So we have 2p plus, so q is 1 equals to minus 3. So we have 2p. So we are taking this plus 1 to this side and it will turn to minus 1. So equals to minus 3 minus 1. So 2p is equals to minus 3 minus 1. What do you have? You have minus 4. So to get your p or your unknown, you divide all through by what? By 2. So 2 cancel 2, we are left with p. So minus 4 divided by 2, what we are going to get is minus 2. That is our answer. So our p is equals to minus 2 and our q is equals to plus 1. Is equals to plus 1. So let's check the option to know the one that is the right option. P is minus 2. Okay. Q is plus 1. Very good. So option B is the right answer. Let's check this question. Use the table to answer question 58 to 60. These are the question 58, question 59, and question 60. And this is the table they ask us to use to answer this question. And question 58 says, the mean of the data to the nearest whole number is dash. So look at this table. They want us to use this table to get the mean of the data, and after we have gotten the result, we should approximate it to the nearest whole number. Now let's do it. Now don't forget, this one has a frequency. Since it has a frequency, it has its own formula, and the formula for mean, formula used in calculating mean, is equals to, the one that has a frequency is equals to summation f times n, or summation n. Summation n, that is the number, times the frequency, divided by summation f. Summation f. Summation means plus. So now let's do it. It's equals to summation n times f. That is n, number, times frequency. That is 5 times 5. Summation plus 6 times 2 plus 7 times 3 plus 8 times 7 plus 9 times 4 plus 10 times 3 plus 11 times 3 divided by summation f. We are summing all this together. Summation f, which is 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 7 plus 4 plus 3 and plus 3. So now let's times it. We have 5 times 5 is what? Is 25, plus 6 times 2 will give us what? 12, plus 7 times 3 will give us 21, plus 8 times 7 will give us 54, plus 9 times 4 will give us 36, plus 10 times 3 will give us 30, plus 11 times 3 will give us 33. Now divided by 5 plus 2, 7 plus 3, 10 plus 7 will give us what? 17 plus 4, 21 plus 3, 24 plus 3. That is 27. Right? Now add this one up. Our mean is equals to, just plus it together, you will have 213 divided by summation f, which is 27. So therefore, when you divide it, you are going to get, our mean will be 7.80. And once you approximate it to the nearest whole number, it will give you 8. This is our answer. Let's check the option. Option C is the right answer. Now let's check 59. 59 says we should find the mode. The mode number is dash. What is the mode number? Check the question. When you want to get the mode number is the highest occurring number. That is the highest frequent number. If you check the frequency, you will notice that 7 is the highest frequent number, and 7, the highest frequent number is 7. So you locate it to the number which is 8. Therefore, 8 is the mode. Option B is the right answer. That is, mode is equals to 8. That is our answer. Now let's go get your median number. What do? You are going to, it has a formula, that is median is equals to n plus 1 divided by 2. And in this case, this very question has a frequency. So, and to get it, to get the middle point of this particular question, we are going to do the cumulative. And before that, let's check this one. So from there, we are going to know where for the number, what we are going to get here, fall into. That is where we can pick the median. So we have n plus 1, that is n is the total number of the frequency, which is 27 plus 1 divided by 2. So median is equals to 27 plus 1 will give us what? 28 divided by 2, right? So median will give us what? 28 divided by 2 will give us 14. So we want to know where the 14 will be in this frequency. After we have done the cumulative, from the cumulative we are going to locate where our answer fall into. So to do cumulative, we say 5. This is 5. First cumulative, 5 plus 2 will give us what? 7. It's not up to this, the gap is still very high. 7 plus 3 is 10, right? It's almost falling within the 14, but still high. 10 plus 7 will give us 17. I think this is where the middle point is located. So we trace it. So this is where the middle point, that 14, that is where it's hanging around. So that means 8 is our answer. And let's check 60. The option D is the. Now let's check the theory part. 1a, solve the equation 3 over a minus 8 plus 2 over a minus 3 equals to 0. Solution. Here is the question. 3 all over a minus 8 plus 2 all over a minus 3 equals to 0. What do we do here? We are going to eliminate the fraction. So to eliminate the fraction, we are going to multiply this side, this one by this, while this one by this, then the 2 by this. We are multiplying this by this by this, then the 2 by this, in order to eliminate the fraction. So we have 3, this one is multiplying, that is, you cross multiply. So this one is multiplying this, a minus 3, close bracket, plus 2, open bracket, a minus 8, close bracket, equals to 0, open bracket, a minus 3, close bracket, open bracket, a minus 8, close bracket. So we have 3 times a will give us 3a, minus 3 times 3 will give us what? 9, plus 2 times a will give us 2a. Don't forget this is minus. Plus times minus will give us minus. 2 times 8 will give us 16. Equals to 0 times all this will still give us 0. So we collect like terms. We are collecting like terms. This is 3a and this is 2a. So this is plus 3a and plus 2a. 3a plus 2a will give us 5a. This one is minus 16 and this minus 9. So minus 16 and minus 9 will give us 20 minus 25 equals to 0. Are you following? Because minus 16, you are owing 16 naira. Let's take it as naira. You are owing 16 naira and you are still owing 9 naira. That means altogether, what are you owing? You are owing minus 25. So what do? You are taking this 25 to this side in order to get the unknown, which is a. So we have 5a equals to, once this crosses to this side, this minus crosses to this side of the equality, it becomes plus. So we have 25 because 25 plus 0 will give us 25. So we divide all through by 5. This one, 5 cancel 5, we are left with what? A. Therefore, 25 divided by 5 will give us 5. So our A is equals to 5. That is our final answer. Let's check the 1B. I subtract 10 from a certain number. I then multiply the result by 6. The final answer is 84. Find the original number. So let's do it quick one. Solution. So I subtract 10 from a certain number. We don't know the number yet, so we take the number to be unknown, which is x. So I subtract 10 from that unknown, that is minus 10 from the unknown. Are you following? So I then multiply the result by 6. So after you subtract 10 from the unknown, then you multiply the result by 6. So we are multiplying this result. Whatever we get here, we are going to multiply it by 6. So after then, the final answer is equals to 84. So after I did all the estimate, the final answer is 84. So now let's work it out. This is the equation. So now we are using this 6 to bring out everything that is in the bracket. 6 times s will give us 6x. This minus, put the minus sign, 6 times 10 will give us 60 equals to 84. Are you following? Alright, so we are going to take this minus 60 to this side of the number so that this 6s will stand, and at the end we'll get the result of the unknown. We have 6s equals to 84. Once it crosses, it becomes plus. Since it has negative sign, it becomes plus here. So 6s equals to 84 plus 60 will give us 144. We divide all through by 6 in order to get the unknown. So our 6 cancel 6. Now we have s equals to 144 divided by 6. That is, how many 6 can I see in 14? I will see 2, right? Remember what? Remember 2. How many 6 can I see in 24? I will see 4. So right now my answer is 24. Now let's check question 2 of the junior WAEC question. Given the figure below, calculate the value of x. Use the diagram, state the Pythagoras rule. This is the diagram, and they want us to find the value of x. And also they want us to state the Pythagoras rule. So I will just state the rules. The rule states that, the Pythagoras rule states that in right angle triangle, the square of this hypotenuse side is equals to the sum of the square of these two sides, and the two sides is opposite and the adjacent. So we'll just use that rule. Based on the rule, we are going to use it to solve this problem, so we can get our x. So here, which is the hypotenuse side, we said the square. So this is AB. We have AB square is equals to this AC square plus CB square. That is the rule of the Pythagoras rule. So right now we are not given AB square. AB square is x, right? So let's put it down. AB square. AC square. This is AC square. AC square is 8 square plus CB square is 6 square, right? So AB square is equals to 8 square is what? 8 square will give us 64. 6 square is what? 6 square will give us 36. So add it up. AB square is equals to 64 plus 36 will give us what? 100. So for this AB to stay alone, we are going to take the square root so that we can cancel this square here. We are taking the square root. So square root cancel square. We are left with AB. So square root of 100 will give us what? It will give us 10. That is our final answer. That means the S here is equals to 10 centimeter. Let's check question 3. Solve the simultaneous equation. This is the equation 3a plus b equals to 10 and 2a plus 4b equals to 0. Solution. We have 3a plus b equals to 10 and 2a plus 4b equals to 0. What do we do next? We have several methods in solving this kind of simultaneous equation. We have elimination method, we have substitution method, and we have graphical method. So I'll be using two methods to solve this equation, and we are going to get the same result. Firstly, I will use substitution method. So using from equation 1, equation 1. This is the equation 1 and this is equation 2. So from equation 1 now, this is equation 1, 3a plus b equals to 10. What do I do here? I want to make 1 a subject. So I will make this one that doesn't have a coefficient. I will make this one, which is b, equals to 10. This one will go to this side. So once it come to this side, it become minus 3a. So right now, anywhere I'm going to take the second equation now. Anywhere I see b in the second equation, I will substitute it with this figure, with this particular equation. Are you following? So this is the second equation is 2a plus 4b is equals to 0. This is the second equation. Now, anywhere I see b, I'm putting all this value inside it. So 2a plus 4, now my b is 10 minus 3a, right? 3a, close bracket, equals to 0. So I will open this bracket. 2a plus 4 times 10 is what? Is 40. Plus times minus will give us minus. 4 times 3a will give me what? 12a equals to 0. So let's collect terms here. So we have 2a minus 12a will give us 10a because you are owing 12 naira, 12a, and you have 2a. So pay the 2a, you will be left with minus 10a equals to this 40. I'm taking it to this equality sign. Let it come and meet here. So it will not change. This sign will change to subtraction, which is minus 40. So for this a to stay, I'm dividing all through by this minus 10. Minus 10 divided by minus 10. So minus 10 will cancel minus 10. We are left with a, right? So equals to minus 40 divided by minus 10. This minus cancel minus. How many 10 can I see in 40? Going to see 4. So my answer is 4. A is equals to 4. Now let's check for B to know the second unknown. I can pick any of this equation and I'm going to get my B. So I have, let me pick from equation 2. So equation 2 is 2a plus 4b equals to 0. So don't forget, we have gotten our a already. So wherever you see your a, replace it with 4. So I have 2 open bracket 4 plus 4b equals to 0. So 2 times 4 will give us what? 8 plus 4b equals to 0. So what do I do here? I'm taking this number to this side so that 4b will remain. So I have 4b equals to, once this 8 that is positive come to this, crosses this equality sign, it will turn to minus 8, because minus 8 plus 0 will still give me minus 8. So I'm dividing all through by 4 in order to get the b. So I have 4 cancel 4. B is equals to 8 divided by 4 will give me 2. It will give me minus 2 because of this negative sign. And then this one has negative sign. Negative will cancel negative, but it has only one negative. That's why we have minus 2. So B is equals to minus 2. So we have A. Therefore, A is equals to 4 and B is equals to minus 2. That is our final answer. In using substitution method, I got what? I got my A to be what? To be 4 and B to be minus 2. So I'm going to use elimination method here. So we have 3A plus B equals to 10 and 2A plus 4B equals to 0. So I want to use elimination method in this place. So what do? I'm going to multiply. Look at this equation. They are not the same because I want to eliminate. Eliminate means to remove or to kill. So right now I want to eliminate one out of this equation in order to get one of the unknown. So what do? I'm going to multiply this value by this, while this one by this. So I'm multiplying this equation. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Multiply equation 1 by 2 and equation 2 by 3. So that will make it work very well. So we have equation 1 by 2. That is equation 1, 2 times 3a will give me what? Will give me 6a plus 2 times b will give me what? 2b. 2 times 10 will give me what? Will give me 20. So I'm multiplying equation 2 by 3. This is equation 2. 3 times 2a will give me 6a plus 3 times 4b will give me 12b and 3 times 0 will give me 0. So right now, look at the equations. They are this first equation and second equation. If you check the a coefficient, they are the same. So what do here? I'm going to subtract equation 1 from equation 2 so that I will get first unknown before going further for the second unknown. Now let's make this equation to be equation 3, while this equation to be equation 4. So we are going to subtract this from this one. So let everything here subtract equation 4. Equation 4 from equation 3. So what do? We are going to multiply minus at this side, or minus 1. It will still give us everything will turn to minus. So minus times 6a will give us minus 6a. Minus times plus will give us minus 12b equals to, we have what? This is 0 already. Minus or minus, everything will be 0. So this is the minus sign. Now I'm going to subtract this from this. So this 6a cancel this, because 6a minus 6a will give us 0, right? Plus 2b minus 12b will give us minus 10b, because you have 10b, right? You are owing 12b and you have 2b. When you pay the 2b, you will still be owing minus 10b. So 0 minus 20 will give me 20, right? So what do I have here? 0 minus 10b will still be minus 10b equals to 20. So for this b to stay alone, I'm going to divide all through by minus 10. So minus 10 cancel minus 10, right? So we are left with b equals to 10 divided by minus 10 will give me minus 2. That is what I got in when using substitution method, right? So this is minus 2. That is what I got in B. So I'm going to pick any equation here to solve for my A. So let's pick the second one, which is 2A from equation. I can pick one. Let me pick equation from equation 1. So the equation 1 is 3a plus b equals to 10. Now let's substitute this value, which is minus 2. Anywhere I see b, I'm putting minus 2. So I have 3a plus, this is minus 2 minus 2 equals to 10. 3a plus, okay, plus times minus will give me what? Minus, right? That is minus 2 equals to 10. 3a, this minus 2 is going to other side, so it will turn to plus. So I have 10 plus 2. So 3a is equals to 10 plus 2 will give me 12. Now for this a to stay alone, we are dividing all through by 3. 3 cancel 3. A is equals to 12 divided by 3 will give me what? 4. That is very, very correct. So if you check the substitution and the elimination, what we got is the same. Now let's check question 4.